Hey guys, welcome into our lovely sneak peek preview of our team Wildfire's next upcoming update, which is releasing tomorrow. This is our first live stream, so hello. I'm Paradox. I'm one of the managers and the community manager for Wildfire, and we're also joined by our lead developer and other manager, which is Lynx.
Yep, hello.
And today what we're going to be doing, guys, is we're going to be showcasing you the Starter Pack Plus add-on that will be released on the marketplace tomorrow. So we are very, very, very excited. We are also doing a little bit of a cheeky live stream in our Discord. So yeah, we are going to go and showcase this add-on. Lynx is going to talk us through. I'm going to show you some stuff that we've got, and we're just going to have a little bit of fun with the add-on for a couple of minutes. So you guys get the gist of what's coming, how it will benefit you.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're going to start out with, I think definitely the best route is probably to start with the NPCs, because there's a lot of stuff built into the NPCs. There is over 1,600 possible combinations and variations with these NPCs. So we'll walk into the creation and how to manage them and what basically they are, like what they do. I definitely think you should probably turn down that music a little bit. It's a little bit. Oh wait, I won't turn down your stream volume. That's alright. Okay. Let's wait for you to sort the audio and then I'll.
Just a little background music. Well,
yeah.
On YouTube, very good, very nice.
So I'll let you take these. It's better showing it from your perspective.
Well, look at this. Look at these guys. This is what I get. I just get things thrown at my.
Yep.
I would be happy if I had my hood on as well. You know what I mean? So I can see what's going on.
Yeah, I think you definitely. That's it. Yeah. So just if you place the NPC in the middle here, the blue one, sit. So these are just blank NPCs. They don't really have any behaviors at the start. You can punch them. There's no command output set for them. They're just simple plain NPCs. But if you configure them using the orange NPC settings, you can then modify pretty much everything about these. So you then open that menu, select the NPC that is in front of you, and you can fully configure the entirety of the NPC. You can change its skin tone, the armor trim color, the size of the NPCs, if you want it to be big or small or whatever size. You got the hair type, so you can change the hair. You can also make it bold. So if you want it bold, you can make it bold. Yeah. You can call it, you can have it. And then you got the eye color, so you can change the eye color as well. So you can change it to green or whatever. And then you've also got animations. So if you then want the animations to swap between, you can then have sitting, leaning, waving at a player. You can do so. You can also, we'll do sitting, yeah. And then
you can see in the background we've got hearts, we've got angry villagers.
Yeah. We've got particles. You can do hearts. Hearts is a good one. I'm here. Animation is nice. Oh yeah, I can see that moon. Yeah, I decided to wear the Shrek outfit for some reason. Don't know why.
So we're going to give it the ability to hold a diamond sword.
Yeah, you can hold a diamond sword. You can do the main hand and offhand, but it will only enchant the main hand. So if you want to enchant it, which is an option below. I think it's with a skull, isn't it? Do chest or something you could.
Yeah, you could say with a skull might be a bit. With a skeleton skull.
Yeah. You can enchant it, and then also this is the main part of this. You can then trigger commands using it. So the whole point of these NPCs is so you can make them work in your servers. You can have them as teleporters. You can have them as systems that integrate into your maps. They're going to be very useful for server creation. They're mostly for like realms such as prisons, factions, kit PvPs, SMPs, a lot. And yeah, you can fully configure the NPCs to look how you want. And obviously when you punch it, the command shows up. I think you spelled there the wrong way.
Yep. Shh. We didn't see that.
Yeah.
We didn't see that, did we, guys? No.
So full configuration of that.
There we go. We'll edit
there we go. So yeah, with the NPCs, as I said, there's over 1,600 plus combinations. That's to do with sizes. There is different armor trim colors. You can put any item in its hands. Different animations. The lot.
Holding a stick.
So yeah, they're very
looks weird, bald with green eyes, I must admit.
Yeah, he does look a bit weird, bold, doesn't he? Yeah. But yeah, you can show them the scale, put it up to the maximum scale, because you can make an NPC very, very big. And yeah, they are huge.
Ooh.
Huge. Very, very big. You can make them really tiny as well. Yeah, they're quite configurable, as you've seen. And obviously, if you want to remove it, you can just select the remove option after. But yeah, you also a little tiny one,
like a
little tiny NPC.
Stick on a shelf in your house that you can interact with.
Yeah, you could have that as a little hidden mission or something in your spawn.
Give it away, like, but
yeah, but obviously, if you didn't have those on, I think that's fair.
Like I say, this is what's good about this is it's fully customizable, so you don't have to. You can play around with it. You can make them different. You can turn the particles off, like you say. Like so now it's just got a little mini me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, fully configurable. Yeah. If we remove this now, we can kind of move on to the next features and showcase those.
So to remove it, we just scroll down.
There you go.
Click on the remove. Toggle the remove NPC, submit it, and then it's gone.
Removed from the world. Okay, we're going to ignore those actually. If you put those in there and just grab all three of those top items actually. We won't use them right now, but we'll have them on us. Okay, so...
We've kind of quick showcase of the book. So we've got level info settings, change logs coming soon, so you guys will see what we've changed as the pack goes on. You can see what's coming soon, so if you click on the coming soon stuff, it will tell you, give you a quick breakdown, but we'll go back into that in a bit more detail in a little bit.
Yep. So this is one of our really like one of our best features in this, because a lot of add-ons right now do have holograms or leaderboards, not leaderboards, sorry, floating texts. We've got a lot of things in it, floating texts. But not a lot of people do integrated variables with floating text. So we wanted to add a whole new change to floating text. So instead of them being static as they are with no updating stuff inside of it, we can actually do custom ones that actually have live updating data inside. So stuff like total time played, total blocks broken, stuff like that. So you can have community holograms or leaderboards. Leaderboard? I keep doing that. Community floating text. Jesus, because we've had to rename it because we had to rename it from yeah, I'm like zoning out. I'm not even realizing what I'm saying, but yeah, so you're able to actually create live and static ones. First, we're going to show you how the static works. If you just create one,
we'll just do maximum lines just so we don't have to keep messing
yep.
with it.
So what happens is when you create it, you have to assign it an ID at the top, and then you select how many lines you want it to create, and then you can then fill in every single line of any text you want. There is no character limit for each line, I'm pretty sure.
So if we just do that for now, because then we can showcase how the variables work within each line. So obviously we need to showcase the variables. So what actually we can do that. If we use our special squiggly line and make it L, so it's bold, and maybe even change the colour. Let's say yellow.
The thumbnail may look AI generated, but it's not AI generated. We yeah, I can see what you mean by it probably looks AI generated, but it's not. It's the second question. We had someone referencing that.
And let's go. This is for your server's baseline stats. So we'll submit that. So we've got the base. Then we'll submit that. So that'll pop up there.
Yep.
Then we're going to just go into our edit.
Oh, misspelled servers.
Servers. We can edit that anyway.
Servers. Yeah. So if you want to edit your floating text, you can open the editing tool, and you can also remodify existing texts. So then you can fix the mistakes. A lot of existing floating text and holograms that people have released, you're not able to actually amend your changes. But in this, we wanted to add it so you could actually fully change all of the hologram. You can also reposition it as well. You can do X, Y, Z. So if you've accidentally misplaced it at the wrong level, you can then move it about like so.
So with this in place then, guys, what we can do is you can use your book, start a book, and then we're going to start inputting some variables, as Lynx was saying. Live floating text show updating variables like start times and stats, so you can have information live to players. So it's not just a static text as we got like on this floating one, we can actually put live stats. And we can showcase the variables in general info.
Yep, so you go to general info, you go to floating text.
Which I've gone past. There we go.
It's right at the top, yep. And you scroll down and then it shows you all possible variables that can be put into the floating texts.
So we can have time, which is the current server time. We've got date, day, month, year. We can do stats placed on block broken. We can do stats based on blocks placed. Stats based on death, mob slain, players slain, time played, online players, total players joined. So we can customize your floating text to however you want. You can do various ones based on various events. So this is what's ultimately one of the best things about our version of the floating text, is you can customize your holograms to suit your event. So
exactly.
We're going to do a little thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little floating text based on.
We could do players and then time. We could maybe time at the top and then players underneath. Yeah, so yeah, I can tell you the variables. I remember them. So
I've got links to tell me, but so if we get close to it, here, obviously, this here, guys, the more floating text you have, you can just select between whichever ones you've got. This just goes by what your identifiers when you first create the floating text.
Well, it's about, I think it's about how close you are to it. So if you're near 5 of them, it does it based on radius, so you don't get confused. But yeah, so if we do on line 3. We do total time or something. So line 3, we do total time. Oh, total what?
I'm having a good old day today. Let's do a different colour. Let's do not grey, because grey is.
Yeah.
Total. Oh my god. Time.
Time. And then we could do a colon after the right of that, and then we could do played, yeah, why not? Played, and then we do colon, and then we can then inject our custom variables by doing $symbol time underscore current. Oh no, sorry, that will be sorry, stat. Yeah, so this is to actually grab the live time. So we'll show you that one as well. So stats, I think it's stats. Sorry. See, even I can't remember the variables. You're going to have to take a picture of those when you're doing this, because it is, yeah. So you do stat underscore TP. Yep, and then we'll go down again.
What we're going to do actually, before we do that, because obviously we want to make sure that is a different colour.
Yep.
So if we go down and we'll submit that. There you go.
There you go. Shows you the total time played of everybody that's played this world. So then we can inject live data into a hologram. So maybe you wanted a little hologram at the start of your spawn when someone spawns in. Maybe you want to show off how much time everyone's played together. And yeah, so we kind of want to show off, you know, how much time played you have. Edit, phone text. So we was going to put all of the variables inside that menu, but it was really crowded. But obviously they've just released a new API version for the UI, but we will be dropping all of the variables in the newest version. So we will be submitting an update as soon as we can. We submitted this prior to this new version coming out. So as soon as we can submit a new update to make it a lot easier to view these variables, we will be doing so. But yeah, we'll show off a few more variables so you can get the idea of just of this. But we've made it so all of the variables, there's a load of different things you can put in there, such as total blocks broken, and that's across all of the players. So you can actually get how many blocks have been broken, how many mobs have been killed, how many deaths everyone's got, how many people have ever joined the world, so you can keep track of that. How many people are online, just that kind of stuff. So exactly, yeah, you can have, yeah, so 5 people have joined the server in total. So yeah, you can have a lot of stuff within.
The fact that the thing that I like with this is the ease of editing. There's no messing around. You can just go in. If you like that, I've made a typo. I've gone in. I've changed it. Boom, and it's done. So
Yeah.
Let's just do one more, which is the lifetime. Oh, we don't want to do that.
No, I think that was. Oh yeah, the current time. Yeah.
Yeah, the current time.
We'll show off that as well. Why not? It took a while to make it. Yeah, I would say a good few weeks. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of stuff does take a very long time to do, especially this.
What is it?
Is time_current.
So, Fulby's having a right jolly old time with this, isn't There you go.
There we go. So we're able to actually, it's off by an hour in the UK because there is summertime. I think is it summertime savings? I don't know what the times.
Daylight savings, isn't it?
Yeah. So daylight savings. So that's the reason why that is. That's like that. So that time will change based on whoever's hosting the world. So if someone's in the USA and they are hosting the world, that time will change to their time zone. It is based on their device. It's not
the realms though. Is it based on the region?
So when it's based on the realms region, because the way that it works, it grabs it from the actual device it's being hosted on. So yeah, as you've seen, it's just updated as well. Will this add-on work on low-end devices? Yes, it will work on low-end devices. There has been quite a lot of optimization to make it so it will work fairly. We have noticed there is some slight some adjustments we need to make, but that will be released pretty much a couple of days, hopefully, after it's been released. But the critical part about this add-on is trying to get as much feedback as we can so we can make these adjustments and so we can add on to it. Because it is meant to be a starter pack for all Realm creators, so we can try and bring it a little bit more better. Yes, this add-on completely works on Realms, yes. This was pretty much designed for Realms, but it works really well on Worlds and such. Is there a way to translate time based on each player? So no, so personalized holograms or personalized floating texts are currently not actually possible at this current stage, just because it requires a lot more. It's just not possible currently with the scripting limitations. But there is there's future updates where we can add in some new stuff. We've got some plans. But yeah, there's a lot to do with this. Yeah, showcase a few more of the stats, and then we'll move on to Sandkels, just so we can show this off. Yeah, it's just we're trying to add these kind of things, because I know a lot of console players do not have access to these kind of features. So trying to bring those features to players that don't have it.
There is one stat you're missing, which would have been nice. Distance travelled.
That is going to be a very big headache to try and work out. I'll tell you that.
But that, I mean, just by that itself, I mean, look how clean. Oh, you can't even turn off that. Look how clean it looks. Just a little bit of stats, and you've got that in the base of your world. Yeah, I mean, is that blocks broken, blocks placed? That's server wide, isn't it?
That's everyone. Yeah, that's if I break a block and then you break a block. So your live updates. There you go. Live updates. And the cool thing is, these won't be consumable on your world or your realm. It won't cause a lot of background lag because they only update when a player is within range of it. So it's very efficient.
Cool. Well, shall we move on?
Okay. Yep, we'll move on to... Actually, let's move on to the launch pads. The launch pads I'm pretty excited for.
Sorry.
Yep, that's all good.
Yeah, right, cool. So we're going to move on to this one then. So we'll grab these out. I'll just move this over.
Yeah. So with this, we've tried to create the closest we can do to making actual server style launch pads. So wherever you're standing and you trigger this menu, yeah, that's probably the best option. Yeah. You don't have to place a gold block, but you stand on the block you want it to run from. Select how powerful you want the launch pad to work. So we can do 15. Yeah.
When I've done 15, it launched.
15 is quite bad, yeah. And then once you've then triggered it, you then place your pressure plate, any pressure plate, on that position, and then you just stand on it and you go flying.
You were saying?
You're flying. He's flying in the air. That's why he couldn't go over it.
Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. It's yeah. You can launch. You can do this up to all the way up to the power of like 15th power. Yeah. If you want to, if you actually want to break the launch pad, you just break the block, and it just removes it. Then you can then update it and set it to whatever power you want. Place it, and then just walk over it, and then you'll just get launched a mile. Yeah, that is quite launching you a mile. Yeah, it's that one's a very powerful one. That one, level 15, you get launched pretty far. Yeah, that's the launch pads. You can add as many as you want. There's no limitation on those, and they only trigger when you stand on them. So if you want to make your kit PvPs and make it so players launch into the arena, or if you just want to place them around your spawn so they're easier to get around.
What would be good with that? You know, like if you're playing a game where you're being chased and you accidentally you bait somebody, so you've already come in, you've set it up, you've come in, you've put that in, and you just jump over it, and then they run over it.
Oh yeah,
it launches them.
So the purpose of this whole concept is like when you have kit PvPs or survival worlds, especially on Java Edition, you see a lot of servers that have these launch pads. And we tried to like replicate as close as we could to the realism that Java has with those. But adding those in, you kind of is pretty close to Java, I would say. That I don't think there's any closer you can get with those launch pads. But yeah, you can use any pressure plate, and yeah, they launch you pretty far. But yeah, we'll kind of I think that's this section moved out of the way. I think we'll move on to maybe the profile system, kind of show off the user the integrated user permissions and stuff.
Toolbox setting first,
yeah. We'll mess with the player first, and then we'll go into the settings after. So the user, so we've added in a whole system to where you can search or look for online players at any point. So as an admin, you're going to want to be able to modify and punish or just edit the player, any of your players in your world. So if you go to online players, you can also see all of the online players. But on top of that, if you then want to actually search for a player, but you forget about their username, You can also use the smart search option. The smart search allows you to search anybody's username that's ever joined the world, but you don't even need to enter their full name. You can just enter one letter and it will bring up every single possible name that has ever joined your world with that letter in your name. So you can do me if you want, and then you can open my profile. So we've added a few options into this. We've added profile stats viewing, so you can view all of the users' stats. So yeah, you can view all the stats, how long they've played for, all their unique stats. If you go back now, we can go onto ranks. Ranks we'll get back to in a little bit more, but we can show that this is how you apply ranks to a user. You can apply the rank like that, but we'll show you how to create those shortly. Right now, that's just applying. And then if you go back to the smart search, find my name again. I will be fixing these little back buttons. I got nagged earlier by him because I didn't have enough back buttons.
Back buttons. It just makes it easier.
Yeah. And then we've got punishments. So punishments, we've added a few options in. You can then warn someone. So maybe if you don't want to kick them or ban them, you can maybe send them a little warning on their screen. I mean, I can send you one if you want, so you can view it on the stream. So initially, you just type that message, and then this will show up on the user's screen. I will then show you punishments, warn. There you go. That's what a warning looks like. So yeah, a warning is also kept on your record, so you can also go look at anybody that has ever warned someone, or no, that's in punishments. Yeah, go punishments and then punishment history. You're then able to view all of the warnings, all of the kicks, and it will show you every single one that's ever happened and who actually did the punishment. So yeah, we're able to keep track of everyone's stuff. It's the same thing for kicking and banning. The kicking is quite understandable. It's the same thing as a warn. You leave a message and it kicks them from the game. But temp ban is in a different...
I can't ban myself.
Is it going to open?
It's because I've tried to ban myself. Instead of going into
I was about to say, yeah, you can't ban yourself.
Instead of going into punishments and then going into history, I click temp ban. It bans. There we go.
Yeah, so yeah, you can see your ban history, and also if you have an active ban, you can also cancel the ban. And that button there will say cancel ban. So if you've accidentally banned someone, you want to unban them, you can unban them. So yeah, there's a full punishment system integrated. There will be a lot more soon. We are just waiting for the limitations to be removed from us, and we will be adding a lot more to it. Okay, and then this is also event history is a new system we've added in, because you're going to have a lot of people griefing your worlds. So you have people and you don't actually know who's griefed.
It's not like it's
so you have people
also track admin abuse, mod abuse, if they're giving people stuff
exactly, yeah.
They shouldn't be giving.
So anybody that's killed or has killed something or broken a block or griefed in any way or done something on the world, you can keep track of everyone's stats. So with this, we're obviously looking at Fubby's history. If you go to view all history or view by date, date works as well. Yeah, so we do date and it pulls up every single thing they've done in that date. It will keep track of everything. It will say like place stone slab and it tells the exact time. And it will keep track of every single thing they've done on the world. So you can never lose who's done what, so you can keep track.
Skip to the last page as well.
Yeah.
I think the last page is the most current day, isn't it?
Yeah, so your current one.
Yeah, so the first page is your oldest, so your very first when you enter, and then the last page is your most current day that you're on. So you can see like profile, lookup item, interacted with spruce slab. So yeah.
There will be a lot more stuff added to that soon, because I want to be able to add a lot more configuration. But right now, that does all of the main events, like breaking, placing, killing. It even shows when you kill another player, it shows in that log who killed who. We can keep track of everything then. Okay. Yeah, so that would be the player profile. That's pretty much everything in there. We'll come back to the ranks after, as the ranks, there's a lot more layering to it. But yeah. Okay, so we're going to open the settings, the toolbox, because the toolbox has everything else. So we open that toolbox. Okay, so this toolbox has a lot of stuff in it. So it has the settings whitelist. The settings whitelist allows you to add players to the allowed players list, which means if you want to add all of your admins to a list, you can do that, and it will stop every other person in the world accessing and creating any of these tools, which then just stops normal players messing around with the NPCs, creating the hologram or floating texts, the leaderboards, everything else. It just disables everyone else from using it. Then you've got toggle settings. Toggle settings is the configuration of the other features. So we've added silk touch spawners into this. So we've taken inspiration from faction servers. So you can then have an enchanted pickaxe and you can silk touch break a spawner. We've also added explosion spawners. So you can actually explode a spawner and the spawner will drop on the ground. You can actually fully configure the chance of that. So maybe you only want it to be a 1% chance or whatever you want it to be. You can fully configure that. Also, you can modify the item display text. We'll show that in a moment. And its render distance and so forth.
Yeah, render distance goes up to 100 blocks, so you can see them from 100 blocks away, or as little as 1 block away.
Yep. We'll probably leave that at like 15 maybe for the minute. We'll showcase that, changing that in a minute. Yeah, so we change those settings, and then we also then are going to... Oh, yeah, so that's the item display. The item display is kind of cool. So we've made it so all items, no matter what add-on, so this is fully compatible with every add-on, you can drop an item on the floor, and it will display what their name is and how much is in the stack. And the cool thing is, and I'm going to drop him it, because he's going to have to sit there and enchant and all this. Enchant, self, unbreaking, free. So we'll just do it with, I'll tell you what, we'll do sharpness as well, why not? Sharpness 5. If you look at this sword, it also shows enchantments. So you can actually show off the enchantments on the floor, or if you've then killed a skeleton and it drops this really cool chest plate, it also shows you all of the enchantments that are on that item.
So those people say they've got like mega good gear, and then they die, and then you look at it and it's trash. At least you know you ain't gotta go. You're going to loot there.
A good thing is as well, if you die as a player and you're running back to your death point and you're trying to find all your stuff, these item holograms will actually allow you to actually see where all your items are. So maybe you died above a cave and your stuff fell into the cave. You can look down and see that they're on the bottom of the cave floor, and fully like go grab them. But yeah, fully. If I move out of the distance because I'm near it, but as soon as you come closer, it will enable. There you go. So that's your render distance configuration. You can configure that in the toggle settings, which is kind of cool. Alright, so we're going to move on to the world permissions. World permissions allows you to fully disable or enable certain features across your world. So you'll be able to fully turn off chests and benches and signs and just everything you want to basically disable or enable. So if we turned off doors, if you scroll up, turn off doors. We then submit. Oh yeah, and also you can configure the error message. So if you want to actually put that as something custom, you can do that. Yeah, and then we'll go over here, we'll open a door. I'll grab a door for you. There we go. Oh, you're on slabs.
I can't even place it. I can't even
You're on, yeah, you was on the slabs, that's why. You're trying to open. There you go. An error message in chat every time you do it. Even I can't do it. So full world permissions. Yeah, you can fully configure the world permissions entirely. So you can change all of that, and yeah. Okay, so we're going to move on to ranks. So ranks, basically, as of this current update, we will be expanding on it, but due to limitations, we can't really do much. But ranks enable you to be able to have custom ranks either above or around your player name. So if you look at me right now, I've got the owner rank above my name, and I can fully customize what rank I have. So if you,
that text that comes to the NPC is really annoying.
yeah. So yeah, I can have ranks above my name. I can have ranks to the left of my name, below it, to the right of it. You can fully edit that in the rank settings. You can fully configure that if I want it to the right of my name, and default rank will be member. Or yeah, or top. It's up to you. That's it. There you go. It's to the right of my name. To the left. Or you can have it below your name. Oh, did left again, I think. Oh, there you go. Below. Perfect. See, I prefer it above. It just shows you. It shows it a little bit better. I mean, below looks really cool as well. I don't mind below. It's entirely up to whoever or however you want to have it. But yeah. So you can also create new ranks. So when you create new ranks, you can color code them and assign an ID to them. So if you assign an ID to them, real quick, so you just call it whatever you want it to be. You create wildfire, yeah. And then this will be how the enter rank display will be how it actually displays to everyone. You can do 8 or something, or you can do that, yeah. I usually wrap it in brackets because it just looks a lot cooler. Usually that's like how servers do it.
What's he doing to me? Telling me off. I mean, I'm having a proper moment here. I can't even spell. Here we go. It looks too much in caps.
I'd probably change the bracket to 8 or something as well. Got to make it look fancy for the video. I can't have it.
No, it's too different. No, you're doing a bracket of that. Jeez. Do that. And then wildfire. Wildfire. Then we can tag it.
And then, yep, you can assign a tag to it.
And if you do want spaces in it, guys, you always got to remember you have to put underscores for a space.
Is it underscore? No. Yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah. For the tag, yeah, you do have to.
The tag, it's the rank tag. You don't have to use the tag optional. All the tag will allow you to do is if you're doing events that require you to tag a certain certain name tag.
Yeah. Okay, then when you do that, you can then open the user integration. Or you can set that. You can set. Also, you can change the default rank. So if you change the default rank to.
Actually, no, it's player profile in it because remember.
Yeah. So if you look up my name, you can use or select that, and then you go to rank. You can then assign the rank to me. As soon as you do it, you look at me, and then boom, I got the wildfire rank.
Sorry, guys.
So now you can assign ranks to people.
Knock my mic up and elbowed the desk next to me. Trying to catch the mic.
Jesus.
No, not Jesus. Try to catch the mic.
So yeah, you can fully configure, and it updates pretty much within a second. So it's pretty live.
And then you can manage the ranks, and you can remove which ones you don't want, delete it, or you can edit it. So that's that.
Yeah.
So if you move on,
full configuration of that. And then we've got a couple more settings inside of the toolbox. So we've got announcement settings. So maybe you want to actually have some information posted to your fellow players, and you want to schedule it. So if you go to, it opens a chat, you can see wildfire Yep.
Check out our content warfare.net. We've got manage your world
All right, but
realms.
yep.
So
Mhm.
into there, back into there.
Go announcements. You can then modify the messages by clicking messages, and then you can edit the existing messages or add new ones. You can remove them, add new ones, and such. So you can. They're just like messages that you can automatically schedule that get sent to your players or friends and all of that. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go back into
create new ones because I think it's self-explanatory that one. It's self-explanatory.
Yeah.
You need to see what's on there.
If you go into the announcement settings, there's also an additional part to that, the settings part, which you can then enable them or disable them. You can also how long you want the interval to be. So maybe we've got it set to 90 seconds. So every 90 seconds, it will post a message. And if you have the random messages on, it will pick one at random. If you don't have it on, it will do it in order. And then on top of that, we've added a prefix. So then if you actually want to have a little bit of a ID or a kind of something before the message, that's where it would be. You can fully configure that. Okay, so we've already explained the event logger. The event logger on this one though does allow you to do a bit more. You can see by all players. If you know what the event ID is, search it. I can't remember the event IDs off the top of my head. You can search by player name or date. We're going to do date because date's just a little bit easier to do. And then you got the date. So the date's already entered. You press submit. And then you can see everyone who's ever done anything on that date. So you can keep track of everyone. Okay, so now we have clear lag. Clear lag is very, very powerful tool. We've done a lot of adjusting to make it a little bit better than normal clear lag. So you're going to change the interval if it's enabled or disabled, so you can disable it if you don't feel like having it on your world. You can change the prefix, so maybe you want to call it maybe CL or whatever you want to name it, you can do so.
So before we go on, just explain obviously to those who are new to servers or have never run a server, what does clear lag actually do for players? How does it benefit players to have clear lag?
Clear lag, it's not guaranteed to clear lag. It is, the idea of it is that if your world is very overpopulated with mobs and it's very laggy, it could reduce lag in the long run by killing ground items, any mobs that have spawned. It basically just wipes every mob out of the game, but you can fully configure what mobs get removed. So in this list here, you can fully configure everything in the clear lag. We've added quite a lot of options. You can keep scrolling down, there's a lot more than that. And you can toggle on and off whatever you want. We've just enabled everything. So then you can...
Default enables everything, doesn't it? So...
Yeah, default enables everything, but you'll be able to fully toggle everything. Now, the immune tag...
Sorry, the good thing as well with this, guys, is if you've got other add-ons that have got custom NPCs, custom mobs or anything, this will remove them as well. So that feature is also definitely added, which is good because obviously there's some add-ons out there. Like I know a couple of mod add-ons that we use where their custom NPC trader is really annoying. So having something like that one on there would just clear it, so I ain't got to keep having it spawning every 5 seconds. So that comes in handy for...
Yeah, and the good thing about that individual custom mobs one, that ignores all of the custom mobs that we've placed. So it won't despawn any of the custom NPCs or the hologram or the floating text, the leaderboards, all of that stuff it will ignore. And also we've added a little extra thing at the end in case you're into your server development or your world development and you've added a cool little pet in or something you've made. You can then add a custom tag to that entity. So if you named the tag Bob and then you then named a custom pig Bob, it will not remove that pig. It then becomes immune. The point of the immune tag it is immune from getting removed from clear lag. But yeah, it's quite clear lag's quite simple. It's not really that crazy. But yeah, it's fully configurable.
Does exactly what it says on the tin. It just helps
Yeah.
reduce lag on the server when players die, because it's the biggest problem with a load of SMPs. Is players will die left, right, and centre. They can't find their loot. That loot's banging around, or random mobs will die. Like wolves will attack sheep and leave XP, wool, and mutton on the floor, and it just essentially just wipes out that extra bit of data that's floating around, which stops your game having to render it in. So I think this is more aimed for lower end devices as well, with the clear lag. Those that struggle to render so much in one small space. So this would be definitely better and more highly beneficial for those with a lower end device.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the toolbox. Most of the features explained. We've got a lot more features still to go through. But obviously your toolbox is going to be used for your configuration on a lot of things. So yeah, you'll be able to fully configure, I would say 90% of the add-on through that. Okay, let's move on to leaderboards. Leaderboards are very similar to holograms, except leaderboards actually organize the progress and the stats of everyone that's played. So I don't think, as of this right moment, I don't think anybody has made leaderboards, and I think a lot of players want these leaderboards, because if they're trying to show off to their friends in their spawn, you can't really do that. So this adds in the whole leaderboard system. But yeah, we'll create one real quick. So if you just spawn one in. So yeah, that's the title of your leaderboard. We've also added a subtitle as an option. So you then want to have a title and then just a little bit of context to it. We've added in we've added a range of different trackable stats into this, so then players can use the existing trackable stats, and also they'll obviously we'll explain after, but yeah, so we've added blocks broken, blocks placed, mob kills, deaths, and so forth. We've also added in the ability to add in your own custom scoreboard objective, because the problem is, if players want to hook this leaderboard system up to their own system, a lot of other add-ons, if they were to do these, wouldn't have had that feature in. We're trying to add the abilities of server creators or world creators have that ability to hook it into their own system. And the way you do that is where it says, what is it? Scroll up a little bit. I think it's leaderboard type. Yeah, leaderboard type. I can't remember the heading for a sec. If you scroll all the way down to scoreboard objective, custom scoreboard objective, and then you entered in the ID of the scoreboard into that, that will then link this leaderboard to that scoreboard objective. But obviously, for now, we're gonna use a stat that's existing. We're gonna use blocks broken. So yeah, and you can also change the order of it. So maybe if you want it so the worst players at the top of the screen, and then the best players at the bottom, or if you want the best player at the top, worst player at the bottom. So we will then, and you can also change how many people show up on that leaderboard. So you can do 15, or you can just do 5 or 2, or however many you want to do. So I think yeah, there you go. So you've accidentally done ascending, which basically means anybody.
I've done it ascending deliberately.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Players at the bottom, not the top. So, and again,
wow.
Same with the leaderboard editing tool. Same principle as the floating text. We can edit it and we can move it up. Same thing. You can select which one it is, and you can scroll to the right. We'll move it up a touch. We'll change that to descending, just so it's.
There we go. Yeah, fully configurable. Can you do an infinite number? No, so we currently do not have infinite numbers, just because we want to actually, it's meant to be the fact of displaying stats. If you do an infinite number, then it's just, yeah, it kind of just doesn't make any sense for the leaderboards. But yeah, it will fully format as well. If you look at the numbers, it formats the numbers so then they're a lot smaller and it just looks a lot cleaner. But yeah, you can have that in your kit PvPs, your prisons, your factions, your SMPs, your sky blocks, anything you want to do. You can have these leaderboards in there to fully show off everyone's progress. Yeah, and it's as simple as well to remove these. It's very simple. You use the same method as you did for the floating text, and you can just remove them from the game. Oh, there you go. You do have to stand close to them because it needs to be within your radius. But yeah, as soon as you select remove leaderboard, it removes it. Perfect. Okay, we're pretty much leading towards the end of this. We've got a couple more features we want to show off. Which is all the way down here, a bit of a path to it, but these features are kind of really cool. So we have added in these two last features will be quite exciting. Do you want to start with, just start with the zone one actually. Yeah, so basically we've added zone creation. So if you're making a prison server or some sort of factions, you'll be able to create these zones and basically disable certain permissions within those zones. So what he's going to now do is he's going to then create a zone between the two diamond blocks. So if you just click the diamond blocks and then create it, and then
this sheet left-hand side, guys, in your chat when you've selected your first and your second.
I'm going to kill the sheet.
What I'm going to do those quickly before we do this is I'm going to show you if you accidentally offset, click, you just crouch and click, and then you can clear the selected box, so then you can restart it. So as you see there, so now I'm going to go from section 1 there. As you see, you selected first position, and then we're going to go back over to our second position. Select it, there we go. So you can remove the box if you accidentally click somewhere wrong just by crouch click.
Yep. And then to create a zone, you then use the zone tool, and you can create it. So then now you'll create the zone name. The zone name will be safe zone or whatever he wants to call it. He's going to call it Parazone. Basically, this is just whatever that name is, that is the name of it. So yeah, you'll be able to fully configure it. So we're going to turn actually everything off so we can fully test it.
So question with you then on this, because this has just popped up. If your world default settings is all deactivated, does this override if I was to activate them?
So yeah, so the zones override the existing world permissions. So what you can then do is disable all of the world permissions, but only enable those permissions within this zone. So then you can create like if you create a prison server, you could have mines that are only mineable inside those zones. So your rest of your world is fully protected. So I would like to note onto these permissions that we are working on trying to integrate attacking players and attack entities, but due to the limitations of scripting, we are not able to do the entirety of that. It will be a feature we'll be considering soon once the availability is possible. There is a couple of other options below. They won't exactly do much as of right now, but they are lined up for the next update for this add-on. So we'll be explaining those a little bit, but so we have stuff like priorities. Priorities allow you to put zones within zones. That feature currently doesn't exist because there is a lot more mechanics behind the scenes that need to go on for this to work, but they will be working soon. And also access tag. Access tag basically just makes it so whoever has that tag is immune from those permissions, so they can override them to the default permissions. Now, yeah, so a lot of that stuff is a lot coming soon, but as soon as he press create, he's now created a zone. Now, if you look at me, I can't actually, oh, that's a lie then. I can't open these chests at all. You can show it on your screen. I think because you configured the error message as well, it's going to keep showing that, yeah. So you can, as he did earlier, he edited error message. So it's now showing that error message. But yeah, as you can see, it disables, even though it shows that they're opening, it doesn't send any output. You can fully disable villagers. You can fully disable the armor coming off the armor stands as well, so you can't take any of it off. And also he has ender pearls and stuff, so they don't work. And yeah, all of those stuff don't work. It's fully disabled in them zones. Same thing with boats. You can't get into boats either.
The thing is this as well, guys, is if someone tries to come in and grief your area, you can't even place TNT.
Yep.
So your area,
the only thing
zone is protected.
But yeah, the only reason it shows open me for all of them is because he decided to change the error message. If you quickly open the toolbox real quick, if you quickly get that out of your inventory, we can actually fully change that message as well. So you can fully configure that message. That's in toggle. No, is it world permissions? Yeah, it is world permissions. Yeah, so he can change that error message to anything he wants. It says, yeah, I should have maybe made that so it goes back to default, but I think I put it as 4. I know it might have been C actually.
Ignore my spelling if it's wrong.
That's all good. Yeah, so you can fully configure the message, and now, yeah, it's a little dark because he used the dark red, but it gives you the idea. So if you want it so you can fully edit the permissions, you can then go to the zone tool again, edit the zone, find the zone, which is Para's zone, and then you can fully configure all the settings inside of it. You can also, if you want to remove the zone, you can fully delete the zone as well. But he's just enabled furnaces. Turn off the, we'll test it. Use chests, and yeah, you can enable a few things. Yeah, and then we can test those. So yeah, use vanilla mobs. That might be a good one. Use vanilla mobs, that will enable the villagers again.
Am I armor stands? Where's armor stands?
That's vanilla mobs.
Vanilla mobs.
Yeah. So if you do that, there you go. You then be able to open the furnace, open. Yeah, we had to shorten the naming conventions. There was a reason, like half of that was like that. We will be fixing a lot of it now. But yeah, he's obviously got a lot of features disabled. The doors and stuff are re-enabled. You know, I can open the villagers, take the armor and stuff from it. The only thing, as I said, is the killing the mobs is just not currently cancelable as of this update. But yeah, but obviously he's still got use item disabled, so you still won't be able to use items in that.
I don't get one breaking blocks, that's disabled.
Oh no, it's because it's beneath it, because you did the block above.
Oh.
But yeah. But yeah, that's the zone creation. You can then fully delete the zone if you feel like it. And then it will just revert back to world's default permissions. So whatever the world's permissions are without the zone, it will just allow you to use those. Okay, so that's that feature. Now we're going to move on to the mines feature, the mine creation tool. Now this feature, the idea behind it, it was designed for certain server types or world types, such as I could say prisons, a kit PvP with a mine, tycoon style worlds, and basically you use the same selection tool to create it. So he's now going to go down and click that position, then select that other position. and that creates your zone, which is fully highlighted. The mines can only have a 35 by 35 by 35 area, just because of how the size of them and the resetting. But yeah, we're going to get into the configuration now. So what you do is you open the mine tool and you click the create mine button. You can then enter the name of the mine. You can add a title to it, so the title will display when they enter the mine. Then you can have a subtitle, and then you can also have an action bar message as well. Oh, there we go. And then you can also disable, enable, and an auto reset you can turn off as well. That timer right there is how long you want it to take to reset. So you can do from 1 minute all the way up to 60 minutes, and it will reset after that time. For testing, we're probably going to just do it on 1 for the moment, just so you can get the idea of the reset. And then once you do that, you press submit, and then you get put onto the palette page. The palette page basically enables you to select how many blocks you want to, how many types of blocks you want inside the mine. I think we're going to just do 5 blocks for now, because it is typing 20 identifiers out. It's going to be pretty crazy. So we'll just select, we'll select 5. And what that does is that creates a new menu. We're going to have stone. We need to set stone at maybe like 20%. So you can set the weight of it. So we're going to have 20% of the mine is going to be stone. We're going to do, what's that? We can do another 20 on cobble. We can do some like coal and diamond and stuff, diamond ore. It's coal ore. Yeah. And that's 14% on that. So yeah, we can add some diamond or iron ore. Yeah. So maybe a bit more iron, and then we then can say, I don't know, to another, there we go, diamond. You could maybe add a diamond ore, make it a 1% chance. So then you have a very slim, yeah, it's very fiddly selecting it, but
better than what it used to be fair.
Yeah, it's up, they've updated it, yeah. So, and then once you submit, it will then create the mine, or try to create it, obviously didn't create it. So basically what happens is it won't create the mine if you're not around it. So we're a little bit further out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to manually reset the mine. So we're going to go to edit mine, Harris mine, and then we're going to force reset it. So we'll confirm reset. Oh, I know why it has, because you were silly and didn't put the right identifier in.
Which one?
You put diamond instead of diamond ore.
Silly boy.
See, I knew it wasn't that issue. I was thinking it wasn't that issue. So yeah, we can go to edit blocks. Then you can scroll down and edit the identifier. Yeah, it's annoying. You have to re-enter it, but spell Minecraft wrong.
I'm having a proper. I have a proper spelling moment. Jeez.
I was thinking, I don't think the mine system's broken. I tested it earlier. It definitely works. But yeah, so now he's done that. We're going to have to reset it manually again. So Paras mine, reset mine, resolve block.
Typical, innit?
Oh, I see what's happened. Okay, because you've tried to modify it, it's messed up the other IDs. Quickly delete the mine real quick, and then recreate it. So this happens when you mess up an ID, it breaks the whole mine. So you have to create a new one. This is just I can see your camera. I can see your camera. I think I'm blind? But yeah.
Let's redo
yeah, so yeah. So we'll just do just make sure to spell it correctly this time.
Sorry, mate. Spelling's not my forte when it comes to Minecraft.
Yeah, I don't think I'm on that exact level either. So, going to be funny if you misspell one of the words in that mine.
I did, just twice. Begins.
Okay. And then you'll see we're going to keep those settings. And then we're going to select, we'll select 5 again.
So we do stone, we'll do it. Bring it up a bit. We'll do stone at 50%. We do cobblestone at 25%.
Yeah, so the reason that didn't reset is because obviously one of the IDs was broken. I've noticed there's a bit of a flaw in the system. But we will be releasing a patch fix for anything that anyone mentions. There's a few things we want to update in the menus, more like visual displays, which we want to add. It's a little too far late to submit an update now. We're going to be doing it once we find a few bugs. The community is kind of what we're going to be using to make sure we can filter out all the issues to make sure it's a perfect product.
Right, as we said in the thing, let's double check. Stone.
Yeah.
Cobblestone. Coal ore. Iron ore. Diamond ore.
You put that 0. It's on 0.
Checking the spelling.
That was a close one.
Checking to see if you paid attention.
Right, now when he submits it, it should create the mine. Yay!
That's just because
It did. He is inside of it though. Once he TP's up.
Oh my jeez. That be. Oh,
There you go. That's your mine.
Considering that was a 1%.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
We got a fair bit because it was a 1% chance.
1% chance is pretty good. That is. I mean, I would say that's 1% out of all these blocks. There's a lot of blocks there.
And the good thing is with this, guys, if you're not happy with the way that layer is, you can just simply go into edit the mine, reset it. Yep. And you see it changes. So every time it regenerates a mine, it's never the same way. So now you can see we've got 1, 2, we've still got 3, we've still got 3, 4, we've got 4 mighty diamonds on top now.
Yeah, fully random.
So let's quickly just do some damage to this link if you can.
So, basically, it does have an anti. What I've obviously just seen is, you do suffocate if you've created the mine for the first time, but with the automatic regen system or the resetting system, it does actually teleport you out. So that is obviously another little issue we've discovered, but a lot of that is more or less down to the admin when they place the mine, not to be standing inside of it.
I was gonna say, to be fair, if you're creating a mine and you're stood at the zoning section, like the edge of the zone, you're not going to suffocate because you're not going to be within the actual blocks, are you? When you're creating the mine.
As you can see, it does the naming convention when you enter the mine as well. Your action bar, your title, everything.
I think what would be cool for a nice little update is if we could get a timer in place for when the mine refills.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that might be a cool little thing. Adding a like a little hologram, like a little leaderboard.
Gives players chance to get out. You see, so they
yeah.
How the mine's going to reset in 30 seconds. It gives players a chance to get out, so they don't get caught in it.
Yeah, that's a cool little idea. We might look at considering something similar to that. But yeah, it's that's kind of most of the features. I would say no, that's all the features in this add-on. We are going to be adding some more features eventually. I think we're more or less looking for people to suggest their ideas to what's going in here. If you quickly open the starter book real quick, we have actually added a little list of what's going to be coming in the next update for this add-on. Which is coming soon. So we're going to be adding in some chat rank integration. We're waiting for the update to become available. Player muting, that will be integrated with the chat ranks. Custom server style crates, so you'll be able to actually create the crates. A lot more NPC configurations. So we want to add more particles, more animations. You know, we're trying to expand on it, so there's a lot more changeable stuff, maybe different armor designs, maybe different like clothes and stuff. Yeah, and then obviously we're going to take a lot more suggestions from everyone, because the more suggestions we have, the more content that we can give you guys.
And also as well, guys, within the book we have got a change log as well, so you guys can keep up to date with what's been changed. So that will change every time an update comes out, so you guys can see what we fixed. It will also help you with bug reports, so if you do come across bugs, please join the Discord. We do have a ticketing system in place, so you can report any bugs, any problems with any of the add-ons. And obviously Lynx is the main developer of the add-ons, so it's normally Lynx, and he's pretty on the ball when it comes to tickets. He answers them pretty much straight away, or as soon as he can. So
I've got no life, okay. I don't have free time. This is my free time.
Yeah, so yeah, we've got that. So the ticketing system's in place. If you want to join the Discord, head over to wildfire.net, click on the Discord tab, and then you can join the Discord. We are currently doing a giveaway within the Discord. Unfortunately, I can't show it on the screen because of the way I've got my stream set up. If I move my Discord, my camera will go off. So unfortunately, I can't show you the giveaway. What I can do is tell you what the giveaway is about. So if you want to be in the chance of winning, I think it's 1,720 coins, join Discord. And the two requirements that we would like for you to do is, if you have purchased a piece of Wildfire content.
I'll slip up then.
Slip up then, Jesus. If you purchase a piece of Wildfire content, please leave us a review. Screenshot the review, so say that you've posted one with your name, gamer tag, and also head over to the YouTube if you're not watching on YouTube already. Hit that subscribe button, guys, and post screenshots within the channel in Discord. It is highlighted, so you can see. You can go to the giveaway section, and it will highlight the channel that you need to post your screenshots in. Once you post your screenshots, we're going to run it. I think we was going to run it till like the 24th, but I do want to look at running it to the end of the month.
I think it was the 29th. I think we were running it to.
So
I'm pretty sure right now.
Run it to the end of the month, just so you guys that are watching this video back have got the chance to come in, leave your feedback, leave your screenshots of your feedbacks and your subscription, and then you can be entered into winning some lovely mine coins. So you might not even have to purchase this yourself. You can purchase it courtesy of us. Because, you know, that's what we're about. We're trying to build a rapport with the community. We're trying to build a community. At the end of the day, the way I see it is our add-ons will only get better with your guys' help. The more input you guys give us, the better we can make our add-ons become. We're pretty much going to wrap it up there anyway now. But what I do recommend, guys, is to also check out the marketplace. Check out the Amethyst add-on.
Expansion.
Amethyst expansion add-on. The Amethyst expansion.
And we've got ultimate trading.
We've got the ultimate trading add-on, and we have got another one. We've got another add-on coming hopefully soon.
Yeah, we're going to give a sneak peek hopefully when it's made a little bit more shuffle in content review. That's what we're waiting for right now.
Yeah.
We're waiting for Mojang to kick them up the backside. We're waiting for that.
So, but as always, guys, if you want any information on anything that we do, join the Discord. Like I said, wildfire.net, hit the Discord tab, join the Discord. All our information is always posted in there. Sneaky peek screenshots. We want to try and do this stream thing as a more regular thing. I know we're new to the YouTube scene, but we will try and get it out. The lovely world that we're currently showcasing, this is going to be an event world for you guys to join once we've got it all set up, and it will showcase every add-on that Wildfire do. So this will be our lovely SMP server spawn. So obviously you guys have had the privilege to see the starter pack plus in the spawn area. So once we've got this up and running, we'll post the descriptions and the informations within the Discord, and we'll live stream it. Anybody else who wants to live stream whilst they're playing on the server, you're more than welcome to. All we ask is that you credit Wildfire for anything that you do in there. So yeah, with that, I think I'm pretty much done. Links, is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
No, that's pretty much it. As I said, as Fubby said, try and give as much feedback and suggestions, because it does puzzle my head when I'm developing these, that what to add and what I think should be in here. Getting as much feedback back as possible while doing this is definitely needed, especially with bug reports and stuff. But yeah, I can't wait to actually show you what's coming next. I mean, worked very hard on the next thing. We're the next few ones pretty hard on them.
We've got two. We've got one add-on that's supposed to have come out a while ago, which is currently being fixed. So that's our biggie. I can't wait to
Well, tell a liar, actually, we're going to have about 4 add-ons.
by the time that one's done, yeah?
Yeah, by the time that's done, yeah. But this big one we've been cooking for a while has taken over a year, and it has taken a very long time. Well, the mind just reset. But yeah, it's taken over a year for that one, so hopefully we can start showcasing that eventually.
Cool. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in, and for those who are going to watch the video back, make sure you watch the video all the way through to the end. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so to turn on notifications for any time we post when we go live. Keep you guys up to date with what we're doing here over at Wildfire. Again, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we shall see you all on the next video or stream. Peace out, and I'll see you again.
Bye bye.